1,000. That's when they get expensive. It looks like we're live with no warning. Yeah, let's see here. Come on. No warning. Pop that out, pop that out. Live chat.
Hey, anyway, here we are. Here we be. Gotta get the chat up. AZ, of course, is first. Who else would be first?
What's up, David? Bring my desk off. I got crap everywhere.
So that new air conditioner is really working well.
Oh yeah.
You got to get some sleep last night then.
Oh, for sure. It was freezing in here last night. And so we just kept the door shut.
So was Sarah happy?
Oh yeah. It didn't take long to cool the room down. It was like maybe 10, 15 minutes. And the room was already really cold.
And the kids were happy?
Yeah, and I took the and it fit that window perfect too. So I took the plastic pieces that slide out on the sides.
Yep.
And I got them all the way to the frame. I just self-tapped 4 screws in there to hold them out, make sure they were nice and tight. And then I just went around wherever I saw any light coming through. I had a little tube of caulking liquid nail. I just went around and caulked it all in around the edges instead of
Cool.
using that cheap foam crap they give you with it.
Yep.
I just caulked it in with actual caulking.
Well, you know, when I was growing up, Paul, I don't know if your parents had it. When I remember when we first got air conditioning, we had this unit that went into the one window, was huge, just massive. Went in the window and it ran on 220, and you just turn it on and it's like, oh, but boy, you cool this almost whole house down with just fans, you know.
Yeah, it was probably like a 10 or 20,000 BTU back then.
Yeah, it was huge.
Because you can get a big enough one that will do an entire house, but it's gonna be pretty damn good size. You're gonna have to have a pretty good sized window to put it in.
Yeah,
I think some there they're big, long, about 4 feet long, but they go in the side of your house, like on the inside, like could be huge. And
Oh, I saw some yesterday. So they had these Samsung ones, and it's a big long white
yeah,
piece, and you put it on the wall, and then you just drill a hole through the wall, and then you run the condenser outside. It has a little condenser fan that's about this big, about the size of a suitcase, and you mount that on the wall, and then you just run the lines through the wall down.
well, Sarah, I'm glad you enjoy the cool air, because I know what it's like when you get overheated and hot and everything's nasty, and it's, especially in your condition.
Her rosacea gets really bad in the heat.
And
what's up, Mark?
Hey, Mark.
Every time we go somewhere, like to a theme park or the beach or anything, after a couple hours, man, her face will just be like, and it doesn't look just red. It almost looks like somebody took the top layer of skin and peeled it off. That's what the look it gets.
right,
it just starts burning really bad.
well, Sarah, you got to be happy with Captain Joe for doing that.
Oh yeah, for sure. What the hell's a sash window? What is that?
Well, windows. I heard up and down windows.
Well, isn't a sash window the kind of slides sideways?
Oh, let me look it up.
Or is it the one that's vertical? I don't know.
Hold on.
Sash windows are vertical.
Well, Sarah, that's okay. You don't have to worry about it now. You got a backup.
Now she was having hot flashes, right? Yeah.
Sash window. Is that just like a solid window that doesn't open, Mark? I don't know. I'm getting.
Well, thanks to Captain Joe. You can put that all in your past. You got a window air unit in the bedroom that cools everything down, and what a great thing.
I've got one of those.
Yep, I got one. I got two of those too, Mark.
I
Paul's
wonder.
got one too. Don't you have the one on wheels?
I'm wondering if they're these type of windows here.
Yeah, the crank out.
Oh yeah, I mean, you technically could put one in there, but you'd have to take the actual window out and then frame it in with like plywood. I mean, you could do it.
Or you crank it open, put it in the window, and then put a spacer up above it to the top of the window. And then, like in colder climates, you wouldn't want it in there all the time, all year round. So there's ways around it. They make kits.
Oh, that's the same windows we have, Mark. That's actually what those units are actually designed for. Is those type of windows. You just put it in the window and then you slide the window down and over top of it, and then you seal it in around all the edges.
Oh, same without. Down.
Oh yeah, up and down. That's what I've got a house that was built in the 1930s or 40s. And other than the addition I put on that has up and down windows around here, I got the old wood ones, Paul, they're harder than hell to slide up, and you got to buy those things and lock it up and lock it down. And
oh yeah, the wheel around ones, those seem to be very popular these days too. Because they're more mobile, with the window unit, yeah, you can take it with you when you move, but then you got to tear it out of the window and
yeah,
hack it up and all that. Those wheel around units, it's just a little thing you put in the window. The hose. Do those things drain though? I'm sure they get condensation, right? Do they have like a drain pan in the bottom of them or something?
They got a container in them. You have to empty once in a while.
Okay.
You can hook up a drain hose to it. There's a bypass, but you got to have it so run someplace, But what being portable, that's why it's got its own built-in tank. But the problem is, once it gets full, it's shut down, right? You go, how come that thing quit? Oh, water's full, right? And then you got to go empty with it.
Yeah, like I said, I forgot to pull that fucking drain plug out of the one last night. Sarah could hear the water sloshing around. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I forgot those things have a drain plug on, so I ran around outside real quick and I pulled it out. Got it all drained out.
Yeah, I'll get my signs done, and maybe I don't have too much. Say, I'm going to come back and hook up my new internet service, I guess.
So this one has now gone to a category 1.
Oh yeah.
yeah, Paul, Lynn's probably gonna sleep all day. She was tuckered out from all her socializing she did yesterday.
Oh, I can imagine.
See that? That's a 1. That one went down to a tropical depression. And that one's like going back and forth between the two. This one's only
At least they're steering away from you, anyways.
Well, I'm curious because this one at the moment is right here. This one's right here. I'm curious to see what they do if they cross paths with each other.
Yeah. Mark just sent you a picture of his house, the front of his house.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, I guess, if you think about the Christmas Carol, throw up the sash. So it's got to be a vertical.
Oh yeah, I see what kind of windows he's got. Those are actually, it's a nice house, Mark. I like the brickwork.
Very nice house, Mark.
I think I need one more coffee, I think, before I go.
Paul's got signs today?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Marshall.
Yeah, pretty soon we're gonna be, when did your kids go back to school already?
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, they've been back for a couple weeks now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Two oldest started high school and Aubrey's in 3rd grade. The other two are gonna be graduating right when she's I think in 7th grade they'll be graduating, the two oldest.
Graduated into high school?
Or no, she'll either be in 6th or 7th grade, yeah, when the two oldest are graduating. But she's a little ways behind them. By the time she gets into her graduation rolls around, they'll be in their early 20s.
You just have the 3, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want no more kids. Screw that. Oh. I just want to be a little bit older when I don't want to be, because I know some people had kids super late in life and they were like in their, 50s dealing with a teenager. Like, no, I'm good about that.
So you thinking about having more?
Oh, hell no. Don't let Sarah fool you though. If she could, she definitely would. She loves babies. She gets that baby fever every time she's around somebody that has one.
Well, you could always adopt.
Nah, I don't want any more kids. It's tough enough with 3 of them. These days, I mean, you really can't freaking adopt. I mean, you almost have to have a lot of money now to adopt. It's not a cheap process by any means.
You gotta have a lot of money to adopt a dog, for fuck's sake, around here.
Yeah.
They had somebody here at Dog Pound. They over at a dog park. They dropped their dog off, food, water, harness, all that, because I guess they couldn't look after the dog anymore. So the town picked it up and they took it back to town. And anyways, they checked it over and everything else, and somebody adopted it. It was $850 to adopt the dog.
And they wonder why their shelters are overran. Cause
mean-
dude, here all the time, they do, so every couple of months, they actually do a free adoption day where you don't have to pay anything. And, or they do like deals where you can come in for like, when I got Bo, it was $13 to buy a Bo.
Yeah.
And
my
that was
kids,
including shots, everything.
well, the thing is, somebody could go buy a puppy for that kind of price, right? You know, halfway decent dog for that kind of money.
That's the problem. Dog breeders have really screwed the market up.
But yeah, but the thing is that, you know, you don't know when you get an older dog or you know what it's like. You know, shits all over your house or bites or whatever, right? You don't have a clue. You get a puppy, at least you can train it a little bit, you know. But I don't know. For them to have to adopt a dog, $850.
Oh, hell no, Mark. You know, you'd have to have a 7-figure a year job to support a family that big. You know that, what is it, oh, that one, family over here that had like the 20-something kids. And actually one of their oldest boys actually just got convicted for rape not too long ago, but anyway, the only reason they were able to afford it is because the dad had like he made like 7 figures a year. He was already like a millionaire before they even got the reality show. Huh. But I mean, to pay for a family that big, dude, you better have some damn. Because on your taxes, you can only write 3 of them bitches off. So
Our
yeah,
kid
you can't
bucks there to adopt a dog.
you can't claim more than 3 dependents on your taxes. So
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
yeah, 20 kids ain't gonna get you no massive ass like $30,000 check at the end of the year. Now there used to be it used to be unlimited, but now it's strictly 3. You can't claim more than 3 dependents as far as children go. This is why people used to do where you remember how back in the day people used to do where they would if they had 5 kids, they would claim 3 and then their sister or somebody would claim the other 2. And then they would split the money that the other 2 got from that they got from the other 2 for
Wow.
doing it. People used to do it all the time, but now the IRS is really strict on that. And if you claim somebody else's kids, you better have proof that you took care of them throughout that year. Because if they decide to audit your ass and you have no anything saying that they were living with you or anything, yeah, you're gonna get your ass in big trouble. No shit, if you could claim like 20 kids, dude, you could literally have 20 kids and buy and pay off a house in like 3-4 years. You'd be getting like a $30,000-$40,000 check at the end of every year. Be a ridiculous amount. Yeah, that's a lot of kids, Mark. What's up, Trevor? Now the pounds here, man, they actually do a lot of deals. They do it all the time. Every couple months they have a free adopt day where you can come in and just you fill out the paperwork, show them they take copies of all your information. You walk out with the dog for free and they're already fixed, been looked over on by a vet, got their shots, everything. Uh, yeah, you definitely get you can actually still be paying on child support after the kids are over 18 if you have interest accrued on it.
Yeah, in other words, if you were behind.
Yeah, I know people that were paying them child support till their mid-20s because they built up too much interest over the years and weren't paying it down quick enough.
Good morning, Lance. Trevor, good morning.
I saw a picture not too long ago. It was somebody had do you know how they do those little family stickers on their back windows? They'll have
Yeah.
the mom, the dad, the dog, and they'll have all the little kids. And somebody had like, I don't know, it was like 9 or 10 kids on the back of their window, the little family sticker. And somebody put a sticker next to it and it said, "Get off of her, leave her alone."
Hey, Marshall. Yeah, no problem. That was kind of cool. I like that. That was a nice sunrise there this morning, there, Marshall.
What's up, Lance? Yeah, it's too many damn kids.
And Lance is there. And I wanted Lance back home finally yet, or what? He was
out tooling around.
Well, wasn't he taking his daughter to college in California or something?
Southern California or something, and he lives up in like Washington State or something. Or
they had all that rain and the tornado or the hurricane come through. And
I wonder how that flooding went around.
Around Dre and Steve.
I haven't really looked into it this morning, but I saw a couple of videos when I was falling asleep last night. Like some thumbnails that were talking about flooding, but I didn't end up watching them. Steve messaged me back last night though. He's like, "I really appreciate your message. Thank you." Well, not a problem, man. Like when I went through the last hurricane, a bunch of people messaged me and were like, "Stay safe." Then we even did that hurricane party that lasted, what, about an hour and a half? And then I lost power.
the others didn't have a lot of rain. We left her there. That's not very nice. You just go someplace, leave your daughter there, and drive away or walk away.
Oh, yeah, Mark. Yeah, they have you can get like they have like cash assistance, you can get Medicaid for your kids. There's free insurance for kids up to 8. Actually, I think they can get it up to like 21 if they're going to school, or even 25. But yeah, there's free government. Like a lot of people from other countries think we don't have free insurance. We actually do have free government insurance. And actually, the broker you are, the more likely you are to get it. So like my kids have had Medicaid for years just because insurance was too expensive at our jobs to get it for them. Because the minute, like, so I can get insurance at a job, Mark, for like, probably 50, 60 bucks every paycheck, nothing extremely expensive. But the minute I add a spouse or a child on there, that shit skyrockets to a couple $100 every paycheck. So most people will just put their kids on Medicaid because it's free and they pretty much cover everything for your child. And you can get obviously food stamps, which most countries have those too. Because there's actually what they call here, Mark, there's actually people that they call generational welfare families. And they're people that have literally lived off of welfare.
So everybody gets witness says, okay, right now I got 100 download. Look at this, 1 on the upload. Okay, I 30. Okay, so we'll tonight we'll test my speeds when I switch over to the new provider, see if that changes anything.
Now, with it, what I think you've got all the equipment. Is somebody coming out, or are you just hook it
It's
up?
already here. I just got to install it myself.
The only reason
Call him.
yeah, he doesn't need somebody to come out because he's already hooked up to that line. So
Yeah, I'm already hooked up the line. They don't have to move.
all right, Mark, we'll see you in a little bit. He's going to give some blood.
I knew you were taking your daughter to college. Yeah, just give me a hard time. But anyway, I'm supposed to have 30 up. I got 1. Oh, there's nothing wrong with your internet. It's fine. No, it's perfect. Okay. Nice thing about it, the cost can drop in half what I'm paying. Even if it's only like this, at least I'm only paying half the cost for it. Now, not freaking all the other high prices for it.
Yeah, it shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes to set that up.
Yeah, but I gotta reset all my gadgets in the house, right? Because a new internet, new password.
No, that'd be the longest thing that takes to do.
Yeah, I got a couple of light switches that work with my minis. Turn the lights on and off. I got a couple Roku TVs. I got my cameras front and back of the house. They all got to be reset. I can't just go in there and change it. I have to hit reset, go through and hook them all up. It'd be a pain in the ass for a while.
But actually setting up your new system though shouldn't take that long.
Yeah, no, they won't.
That should take me probably 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
I have to change them.
It's just readjusting.
No, it's just unplugging the equipment and plugging new equipment in.
Yeah, as long as it boots up, I'll be fine. And then here it's hardwired, so I don't have to worry about the computer because it's hardwired, right?
You have to at least call them after you plug everything in and let them know so they can flip it on.
They
or
should
what?
install, but if I have problems, I have to call them. They'll walk me through everything, right? But I kind of know what to do.
Well, see, like what they do here is like, so Spectrum will give you the, if you're already hooked up to a line and they can ping it and they know you're hooked up to it, they'll send you the equipment. You plug it in, then you download their app and then you just put in your information and then it sends a
Yeah.
thing off and says that they can flip it on for you. And then they send some test pings down the line and then if everything looks good, then they flip it on. Takes like
They-
20 minutes.
I don't think it'll take long, but it just, like I said, just go and put all my, like I got a couple of Roku TVs and all that stuff. I got to rehook up, new internet. Like the light switches, I have to go in and reset them and go through an app and re-put the, new internet and passwords in. But apparently, they want me to just do the modem first, get it up and running, then hook into the wireless. Because they sent me a new modem and a new wireless router.
Earthquakes never really bothered me, Lance. I was in the Northridge quake, a whole bunch of them. They never really bothered me. It's just kind of, it surprises you at first, but if you know what it is, after a couple seconds, you just sit
Yeah.
there and kind of hold on.
After things stop moving.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, once it hits, you'll know what it is. Because sometimes it will either hit abruptly or you'll feel it building up. All of a sudden it will shake a little bit and then it'll start shaking more and more and more. And then it will get like to its peak and then it will start calming down. But if you've been through an earthquake multiple times like I have been growing up, I mean, you kind of got used to it. You just kind of sat there and held on and waited till it was over. That's all you can do. I was outside when we had one hit when I was younger and it was really cool because we were sitting there. I was out sitting, me and my best friend were sitting outside on the back porch and all of a sudden you see the ground just waving like this. We're just sitting there like this and then we're just sitting there holding on to the back porch, just holding on to the railing until it was over. The Northridge quake was really bad. I think that was the one that collapsed the, I want to say that was the one that collapsed that freeway, that double stacked freeway.
Oh, yeah.
Can't remember what freeway it was, but yeah, it collapsed the,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of people got killed in that thing.
Yeah, being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, I mean, I guess if you engineered it correctly, you could probably build a safe highway like that, but at the same time, it's like, why the hell would you think that was a good idea to build a double stacked road
Yeah, why
in an
don't
earthquake prone area? I don't know why they thought that was a good idea to begin with. I mean, to me, that doesn't seem like the smartest thing to do. Like, even if it's an inconvenience or costs more money to do it a better way or another way, it would have made more sense to do that. There's like 2 tropical storms in a category 1, Trevor, out in the Atlantic right now, over on our side of the country. They're all heading up towards like England areas where they're pointing towards. They kind of got to like the Cuba area and then just arced right straight up. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you guys.
Those little chipmunks they're so cute. And they are fast.
So,
Oh.
did you guys miss this? So like this happened like 6 days ago. I missed it in the news, but I ran across it last night, but this was crazy.
Investigation is now underway outside of Pittsburgh. A massive explosion and fire rocking a neighborhood. At least 5 people were killed, several others hurt. 3 homes completely leveled.
Oh, wow.
Fire leaving only rubble behind. Debris damaging a dozen nearby structures. The Red Cross and Salvation Army stepping in to help those who are now displaced. Details from ABC's Jacqueline Lee.
Tonight, with 5 people now confirmed dead, there are growing questions about what caused a deadly explosion in a Pittsburgh suburb. Officials say gas was not to blame. A homeowner provided our affiliate WTAE doorbell video capturing the moment this home exploded Saturday morning, leveling 3 homes and damaging at least a dozen others.
It's alerted Rustic Ridge Drive, Brookside Drive, getting a report of multiple people buried under debris, of at least 1 surviving victim. All units requesting fire department step up.
First responders rushing in. Remnants of homes are scattered throughout the area. Cars now charred, debris surrounding this children's playground.
I can remember what these houses look like. Like, I'm shaking. Like, I know what they looked like before, and now it's this, and I just can't believe it. It's unreal.
3 residents were hospitalized. 1 remains in critical condition. Lindsay, 18 fire departments responded. 57 firefighters were treated on scene for minor injuries. Officials say the investigation could take months, if not years. Lindsay.
So mysterious. Jacqueline, thank you.
Wow.
Well, what they found out was, because that was a little bit earlier of a video when it happened. There's like a huge abandoned mines under that neighborhood, a bunch of abandoned mines, and they think that
Methane gas buildup.
Yeah, like it was natural gas, but not from a gas company or
methane gas.
It was just a natural thing.
We've had that in underground here. Methane gas, and then all of a sudden it explodes. Something ignites it underground.
Trevor, exactly.
And over here, they've been building freaking houses on old garbage dumps.
Yep.
Like the methane down in there. Holy Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, they actually built a whole Walmart shopping center on top of one of those, and it became all the buildings in the shopping center started sinking into it. Yeah. And then like all this like hazardous, like really hazardous gases and waste and everything started seeping up through the ground to where employees were getting sick and shit, and they had to shut the whole damn complex down. Now it's just been sitting abandoned, but they built it on top of a trash dump.
Yeah.
But there's 4 blocks west of me here. There's a couple streets over there, but it was built on an old sawmill area. but you got all the like the sawdust and chips and all that stuff. It's sinking because it's mulching. It's going down. Taking houses with it.
Yeah, it's degrading.
Well, I
Yep.
mean, if you've ever stepped on big piles of sawdust too, you just sink into it. It's like soft sponge.
Yeah.
It's like a soft spongy feeling when you walk into it.
Hey,
But-
good morning, Jess.
But that's what they're thinking caused the explosion of those houses, which is concerning for the other people that fucking live in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Uh.
it's not only concerning for the people, can you imagine trying to sell that property?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I feel bad because too, there was actually I don't know who the other three purple people were, but a father and son ended up dying in the, he was only like, the son I think was like 13 or 14. And the dad was, I think, in his like early 40s, late 30s.
But what about stuff as simple as the people next door? They're hearing, because of that big bang and explosion and stuff. They might have hearing problems or whatever, right? Yeah, something like that. Yes.
And there was another eerie ass video of that explosion where you could actually hear the people in a couple of the houses that exploded. They actually survived. And you could hear them screaming like these just deadly screams. It was creepy as shit. And then you see a bunch of neighbors running out and stuff. But they were saying people weren't smelling gas or anything, so they're pretty sure it was an underground explosion from the mine underneath that neighborhood.
Wow.
And why the hell would they build frickin' houses on top of a mine anyway?
They'd make
Neither.
money. That's why they got the
That's-
land for next to nothing and got greedy.
That is so stupid.
A lot of the disasters we see are as a result of the public don't care and they get greedy. So Paul, how many signs you got to do today?
I've only got 2 right now, but one's in London, so I can go over to London. Well, halfway through London. But it's Monday. We'll be coming up more here shortly.
Now, do you have to check in with the new internet provider in order to hook it up, or do you just?
I don't know. We'll find out. They said it's a self-install, so.
Does it when it's self-installed? Does it did it come with instructions that say call this number and blah blah blah?
No, they said it'll all be because I couldn't hook it up. I've already got all the equipment. I couldn't hook it up until today. So because they got to turn on the switch at their end, right? So.
Trevor, if you want to watch a little interesting video, it's about 20 minutes long later. That's about the Walmart that was built on the toxic dump. The link in the chat there. It's a pretty interesting little video. There's a couple of people that have done vlogs where they've walked around and looked at the building and you can see major sinking. And you just see this like nasty orange stuff seeping up through the ground, like liquid crap. It's gross. But yeah, some developer bought it for next to nothing, and they built this multi-million-dollar shopping center on top of it. Was only, I think, open. I want to say it was only open like 5 years, maybe at the most. They ended up having to shut it down. I can't remember. Yeah, you might enjoy it. Pretty interesting. I like watching stuff like that where people walk around, like kind of do urban exploring. And then they tell you like the backstory of it, everything. I love watching those. Shut up, JDS. You didn't give that to him.
And JDS. JDS, good morning to you.
Dustin, what's up, man?
Hey, Dustin.
Did you have fun on your trip, Dustin, there the other day? Or are you still there? I don't know. If everybody left or whatever, how long that was. I heard you lost, I heard Dustin lost an FPV drone. It got ran over by a car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was one of his little tiny, it was like a tiny whoop or something. One of the little tiny FPV drones. It like fit in your hand. It was a little small one. I think that's what they said on, whose show was it? Paul's last night? Wedge and Biggs?
Run over by a car, that'd be.
Yeah, I guess they were looking for it, and by the time they found it, a car had already ran it over.
Oh, it already,
But like I said, those tiny whoops are literally the size of your hand, so a car might have not even seen it.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, and the sad part is you didn't see it happen, which is probably good. You know, can you imagine if you were headed for it and all of a sudden the car goes by, crushes it right in
Oh,
front of you?
that's what happened with my phone. I'll tell you what, that's the worst feeling ever. Remember when I told you my phone flew off my work truck, my
Yep.
boss's work truck? Well, it landed in the road, was completely fine. And I went to go grab it and this truck was coming with the trailer. And of course, every fucking tire went right over my phone.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. I was so pissed. Oh, he said somebody plugged in a DJI and completely fried his video signal. And he ended up crashing it. Yeah, just glad it wasn't. Yeah, because to be honest, those little tiny whoops and stuff, they're not extremely expensive drones, so they're not too bad of a loss when they do happen. Because I tell you, you can get those for like a little less than $200. Yeah, FPV drones might be tough, Dustin, but if a car hits it and runs it over, that's a lot of weight. Even a 5-inch probably would have gotten completely flattened and the frame bent and everything else. That would probably still would have been a complete loss. Yeah, they got to get better when they're having meetups like that about when people are flying, like literally when you have the actual FPV drones in there, everybody needs to make sure the DJIs are off and shut off and stay off. Like that's happened so many times to people. But like if you want to kill an FPV meetup really quick, sit in the bushes and start flipping DJI controllers on and off. Half of them will lose their damn feed. And their drones will just fly off on them. For the last Florida drone meetup I went to, they weren't paying attention either. They were doing the same shit. There was FPV drones flying all over while there was DJIs in there and nobody seemed to really give a shit. So I was like, okay. Cause I even asked before I flew my DJI, I was like, is anybody flying FPV? Cause I don't want to fuck your shit up. And nobody seemed to give a shit. I was like, all right. Yeah. You're redundant, JDS. You plick.
So what's new with everybody? Everybody had a good weekend, I hope, and I have learned that my life has turned into at my age. Go fix this, then that fix is fine, and then you fix something else because it needs to be fixed, and it needs.
Oh, it's when it rains, it pours. It don't matter what age you are.
Yesterday it's Wise camera issues.
Like I said, when it rains, it pours. It don't matter what age you are. You'll have one thing that breaks and then something else will break and then it usually all happens at one time.
Yep.
And then you might go, 6 months without nothing major happening, and all of a sudden 20 things break on you at once.
That's exactly right.
What's up, Laura? And JDS says, Paul Hodges, how the hell are you?
Oh, terrible, JDS. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh, yeah, I have to go outside and go work today.
Hey, Laura.
Oh, my back is hurting so much today.
Not a Frenchman like JDS.
I know what the problem is. I need a Tim Hortons.
You need a what?
Tim Hortons.
Have you tried the K cups to see if they were any good?
No, I don't have a.
So if you ever get the chance to try one, you need to do a blind taste test. Don't have somebody make it for you, get a Tim Hortons and then sit down, have them blindfold you and just hand you a random
See
cup.
which one is which, yeah.
Because if you know which one it is, you're liable to trick yourself and think that it doesn't taste as good. That's why I tell people, if you're gonna compare stuff, do a blind taste testing. That way you don't know which one you're trying.
Yeah.
'Cause
Hey, Laura.
that's what I did when they came out with the Impossible Burgers from Burger King.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have a biased view of it, so me and 3 or 4 other people at Walmart went and we got 2 of each, and then we cut them in 4s, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we did a blind taste test. I couldn't tell the fucking difference.
Yeah.
I literally, none of us could tell the difference between the two. That's right. It was right after you invented the RC jump, JD. Oh, JD, I was watching this guy on YouTube the other day. Dude, he was launching this I don't even know what it was. It was just a little remote control RC, like off-road looking buggy. Dude, he was getting this thing like 50, 60 feet in the air, just ridiculous heights. And this thing came down and slammed down twice and it was done. That was it. What's up, W? He had this huge ramp that he was jumping off of it, and the ramp went straight up. And I don't know what speeds he was at, but man, he was hitting that thing fast.
Yeah.
And that's all Traxxas came out with, I don't know how long it's been out, but I was watching, a guy, he was talking about like all the latest cool techie things that came out. And, one of them was a Traxxas RC car, and out the box it can do, I think, 155 miles an hour. It's a Traxxas race car. W, what's up, man?
W.
Oh, he's out there doing some mapping in Kentucky. Is your company not that big, or the guy you work for, W? How big is that company to where they have to have one dude traveling around that much? Or you guys just got a lot of people and just that busy?
Hey, JD. Good morning. Yeah.
Let me see if I can,
Oh, Biden's on his way to Hawaii today or what? Supposed to be there today, isn't he?
Who knows?
oh,
He's such a smuck.
JD, you gotta get one of these for your RC cars. That way when you break them at the, when you break them over there at the skate park, you can do a video of you loading it up on a hauler. That's actually made by Traxxas too. Look at that, that's so cool.
He's got a place for the wheel to go into once it's up there.
That's why I said JD needs one of those for the skate park. Look at the detail on that thing though. It's got some good detail on it.
Oh, back to him.
No, I got the window unit put in. Oh, there's a badass RC motorcycle. Haven't seen that. I'll have to look some videos up on that one. Can do wheelies off road. So is it like a dirt bike, JD, or like a crotch rocket street bike? About 70 employees, 17 pilots. Now, y'all must be busy as shit if they got you traveling that much, W. You know, you think they'd have like a couple of guys for, you know, every 4 or 5 states. And if you come on the panel, I'll turn my camera on, Laura. If not, I'm not turning it on. Actually, I'm not even in my room at the moment, so. I was out making a bagel. I'm eating my bagel.
Oh, this guy. Just out to New Orleans. Wow. Never seen that before. I'll show it to you. Yep, optimized, right screen. Anybody's seen this before, but look at this, all one area. Look at all the helicopters. And they're all like rescue type helicopters.
Oh, whatever, Laura, you're lying.
Like they're just-
Computer was working fine yesterday.
they looking for something? Holy shit. Like, look at them all.
Oh, they're probably airlifting. Who knows?
This is down just south of New Orleans, right? I've never seen so many helicopters in one spot in my life. Oh, something happened.
They
Oh.
could be having a conference or something. It's a bunch of billionaires coming into town.
Yeah, there's two. No, they're all rescue type helicopters, eh?
Maybe it's a trade show or something too. It could be.
Wow. Yeah, it could be a training exercise. You know.
Yeah, it could be a multiple thing. It'd be training exercise. It could be a trade show showing off new helicopters.
Yeah, but they're over a freaking swamp.
Catalina wine mixer. Some of you in the chat will get that reference. It's been pretty mild, but there are 3. There's a tropical storm or 2 tropical storms in the Atlantic right now, and then there's one that has turned into a category 1. but two of them have kind of like curved up towards like the UK direction. So, but of course they're not nowhere near there. They just kind of curved up that direction. So they're not going from the paths. It doesn't look like they're going to hit us at all. They kind of curved up right before they hit, got close to Cuba.
Well, last night, guys, I went out and did a night flight. And I got down there, it was still light, and I had my my Mavic 2S.
Yeah, Air 2.
Air 2S, yep. And so I ended up shooting it. What happened is I was so nervous about shooting at nighttime with the Air 2S that the ship was way up north of the bridge when I started, when I thought I hit the record button and I didn't.
Oh,
And so this is after I would have ended it. This is the beginning where I started it.
Are you moving your desk or something more?
But I didn't think it turned out too bad for being nighttime with the Air 2S. Of course, I had to lighten it a little bit here and there, but
which ship was that for?
Indiana Harbor, 1,000 foot.
But now I was watching a video. One of the Algomas, I think it was, but it was up getting its last load up in Superior, heading back down. The ship's being retired when it comes back down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of the Algoma ones.
Had to cover up Tyson. Poor dude shivering on the bed now. He's so cold.
Yeah, I'm way down here on shore.
Yeah.
JDS, that's when you drive back around to the drive-thru and get behind him and order like $100 worth of stuff. See if he does the same thing for you. There was a guy on YouTube that did a video about that. It was pretty funny. Popping screens and making room for my Mac. Ugh, Mac Mini. Ugh. That was nice of you, JDS.
So I don't think it turned out too bad because I don't usually do night shots with that.
Why did you decide to use that one last night?
I took it down there because it was still light, but the damn ships, because of the float down, were going so slow, and it didn't get there, and I didn't take the other drone with me.
Oh, so it didn't get there when you thought it was going to.
Yeah, I thought I would just catch it at twilight, you know.
That didn't do too bad of a job.
Oh, 10 o'clock. Yeah, okay. I guess we should see about getting ready to go. Yes, go do some signs. I said I had that one up and one around noon. So
You got to do one by London.
yeah, up in London, about halfway through London, but it's all highway to get there, except the last 4 or 5 blocks, I think.
Have they got a lot of construction in your area with roads closed?
It's freaking terrible right now. You can't get around town without hitting construction. Actually, what I should do is Google this address. Go to maps. Okay, where's Berlinda Melmine? 1920 Marconi Boulevard. I'm pretty sure that's just off the road. 1920.
Watch this, Murray.
Here we go. Thank you. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. I'm so hungry.
Yeah, you're talking Port
No,
Road.
you don't have to. The guy in front of you already paid for it.
He did?
Yep.
Oh. That is so nice of him. Oh my goodness, God bless his soul. You know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pay for the car behind me.
Oh, that's so nice.
You know what? Because Jesus is watching.
Oh, I love these.
Yes. How much?
$250.10. $250.10.
What the fuck is behind me? Is it a fucking tour bus or something?
It's a school bus. It's a field trip.
Putang ng mga bata tong lalakas lumamon how much again?
$250.10.
In a fucking drive-thru?
Do you wanna cancel it?
Don't just pay for the one behind it.
Jesus is watching.
Just said Jesus is watching.
School bus and a freaking drive-through.
I'll do it next time because it's okay. Jesus knows I'm broke.
That is hilarious.
That's behind me, a tour bus. That's funny.
He says, how much is it? $210.51. Holy crap.
So you think you're paying for
bucks.
you think you're paying $10 for somebody's breakfast and they're getting a whole office worth of food?
It's a field trip bus.
Wait, wouldn't you look in the mirror first?
Oh, that's nice of you, JDS.
Well, you know, we don't know if that was for real or not. I mean, somebody.
No. That was staged, but it was just
Yeah, it was staged because somebody just handed him his breakfast and he went to pay, and then that it was very nicely done though.
Yeah, he was just making fun of how people pay it forward, and that might happen to you. You'll be like, oh, I'll pay for the person behind me, trying to be all nice too, and you find out that they have like $100 worth of food that they just ordered. You're thinking it's like $10.
Well, yeah, you know, if they had a minivan and there were 6 or 8 people in back there, and they're out had
right,
orders.
exactly. Somebody only paid like $7-8 for your meal, and then you turn around and have to pay
Right.
$80 for a family of 7 behind you. There was actually a guy that was doing that at Walmart one day. He was this guy was worth like millions of dollars, and he was doing that. He was walking up and down in front of the registers, and he would, every time somebody rang up their order, it didn't matter how big of it was, how much it cost, the dude would just walk up there and swipe his card at the machine, and he was paying for everybody's shit as they were going out.
Well, maybe you won the lottery.
It was a guy that had money, and he was doing he does it every once in a while around Christmas time. That's his thing that he likes to do for people. But yeah, he just sits there and he walks up and down the registers. And then he just swiped it. But he was doing it so much too that one of the stores he was doing it actually kicked him out. And it caused a big old controversy because people were like, what the hell did you kick him out for? The hell's it any of your concern? You're getting your money regardless. Dude was
Yeah,
just trying
really.
to do something nice for people.
Unless the card, when it went through and it was approved, but they didn't get the money on their end later.
Oh yeah, I saw
What's
saw
play the one AZ posted?
yeah, I saw this one. He sent it to me in Messenger like a week ago or so.
You know, I'd like to pay for the guy's meal behind me too. Just pay it forward.
Oh, wow, that's really nice of you.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it'll catch on.
All right, well, you have a great day, sir.
Stop! 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 Please let me go! Please let me go first! I'm doing something!
Hi, can I take your order?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
Okay, that'll be $680.
Okay. I'd like to pay for the...
That's what I told JDS to do. I said, just drive around real quick and get back in the drive-thru. Order like $100 worth of shit.
That's funny.
Cool.
Oh.
Oh, what's this? Tim, Laura said her Tim Hortons. Well, that's my Tim Hortons out the window. Milk is off. Well, I heard that they, here in town, somebody were saying they had bad milk or something at Tim Hortons on here. I didn't come across it, but
Really?
I heard that there was one store here had milk that was really off. It was all curdling. So.
What people won't think of doing, huh? Back years ago, nobody would have thought about doing something like that.
No, I've actually had it happen to me one time though. It was right after the last hurricane hit. Some lady bought my breakfast for me.
Oh, that's nice.
It was the day after. The McDonald's cashier she said something about she wanted to buy me breakfast because I was a utility worker out there working.
Oh yeah, because you were driving the truck.
Yeah, and then I
Okay.
ended up paying for the person behind me. It wasn't nothing like that. I ended up paying $100 or nothing, but yeah, they actually get into chains like that though. Where 20, 30 people in a row will do that.
I just got a sign to make.
Come on, Mark. I'm online. What you want to call me back? Okay, all right. Probably about 11 o'clock. Okay, bye.
Well, I got to go put a sign up, then come back. I got to make a sign to go with the sign in London. Because I just said to her, I said, "Have you got the sign?" Because she lives here in town, right? And because she's got to have a name writer put on the top of it. I said, I do that all the time. Charge $23 a piece for them. And she goes, hang on, come back. She says, well, they haven't even made the sign. I forgot you did that. She says, go ahead and make it. And she's installed the sign in London. So I got to go put one up right away. Come back here. I'll make a sign and I'll go put it up in London. So I better get my butting gear. So I better go. So anyways, have a good one, guys. Catch you tonight.
Yeah, well, it makes it a good Monday because Justin has got cool.
Yeah, he's cool now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had to cover Tyson up a minute ago.
We'll call Justin the popsicle man.
Yeah, now he's got freezing the poor dog out, you know.
Yeah, I walked over there a minute ago and he's sitting on the bed shaking, so I put the blanket over him.
Yeah.
Now he's just sitting there with his little head poked out.
Yeah. So, okay, guys, gotta go.
Paul. We'll see you later.
The JD said, sounds like minutes and minutes of work, Hodges. I mean, you ain't lying though, JD. I would say probably about 95% of that job is actually just driving.
Yep, going out.
Because it doesn't take that long to put a pole in the ground. You're talking maybe 5-10 minutes to put a
Well,
sign
and
up.
he's got the poles where you drive that like a stake, like a rebar down.
Right.
And then it slides over it, you know?
Yeah, he's not even burying it. He's just pounding it into the ground and then sliding a pole over top.
Yeah. The only thing is he's been lucky so far. Thank God he hasn't hit a gas main or anything.
Yeah, you do have to be careful about that. For sure. Because there are some utilities that will only be like 2 feet underground. They won't
Oh
even be
yeah,
that far.
and they could be crisscrossing different areas, you know, and
Oh, for sure. Educating us
Oh,
on
man.
cuisine? What? You must be behind in the chat or in the live stream.
well, Justin, I think I'm going to call it early.
Okay. That's up to you.
You going to be around later?
Yeah, why?
Okay, we're just going to check.
Oh, you mean later this evening?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah. Okay, and we'll get a refrigeration report.
All right.
Okay, everybody in the chat, thanks for being here, and we'll see all of you again later today.
All right, we'll see you later.
Bye.